friends and welcome to our YouTube channel Ignan Nursery Modern School. So in the previous videos we are just going through the chapter number 1, that is plants and animals. In that we have seen some of the common features of plants and animals and some difference between plants and animals, and then after we have seen the respiration and breathing process in plants and animals. Now we are just moving forward, that is plants. In the plant, respiration in the plant. So here it is written that plants. So here plants breathe. Plants breathe through plants move through small pores or holes in the leaves. In the leaves called stomata. Okay, plants breathe through small pores or holes in the leaves called stomata. Okay, so animals have different organs for doing different work, but plants have no different organs, they have only one. Okay, so here it is. These are usually found on the underside of the leaves. Air and water can be passed through stomata. Like animals, plants also breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. But during daytime, in presence of sunlight, the leaves also take in carbon dioxide, gives out oxygen during the process of photosynthesis. Here, what happens? The plants also breathe, but during the daytime, the green plants, what they just do the photosynthesis process and produce what? They produce their own food, so they are known as the producers. Okay, in the photosynthesis process, what happens? The plants take in the carbon dioxide plus water in presence of sunlight, and they produce their own food and takes out the oxygen, that is the photosynthesis process. Now coming towards the food. So how does the food is taken? So here food now for animals, and this side for plants. Okay, so here if I say the animals are further categorized into three types. How they have categorized? First are herbivorous animals, then after coming towards the carnivorous animals, then after coming towards the omnivorous animals. They have just categorized into three further types. Okay, there are also some more types. Total there are 5 types, but the fourth and fifth type I think you will see in the next class. Okay, so what happens? We all know that herbivorous animals. What are herbivorous animals? The animals which eat only plant and plant product, they are known as the herbivorous animals. Carnivorous animals, they eat the other animals' flesh, and omnivorous animals, they eat both what? Plant product and the other animals' flesh. Okay, so they have categorized animals into that types. Here I am just writing in the short. So first are herbivorous. Then after omnivoruses. Okay. Omnivoruses. So here herbivoruses. What is herbivoruses? They eat what? Plant and plant product. Plant or plant product. Okay. The example we know that cow, buffalo, birds, and cattle. Carnivorous they eat other animals. Other animals. Okay. And then coming towards the omnivorous animals, they eat both plants and other animals. Plants and other animals. Okay, so here what happens? Food in animals that are, they have categorized that into herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous. So herbivorous that are plants and plant product, they depend upon that. Carnivorous depend upon other animals. Then omnivorous that depend upon both, that is plants and other animals. And here what, how the plants get food. So I have just said earlier that they produce their food by their own. Plants produce their food by their own. Okay, by the photosynthesis process. Now let us read the description which is given in the textbook. So here, animals. Some animals depend directly on the grass or plants for their food. They are herbivorous such as cow, rabbit, zebra, giraffe, goat, sheep and horse. Even the huge elephant and the hippopotamus are herbivorous. Okay, some animals depends upon the flesh of plants eating animals and other animals for food. They are carnivorous such as lion, tiger, jaguar and leopard. Thus they are dependent indirectly on the plants. Some animals eat both plant and flesh of the other animals. They are omnivorous, which are human being to this category. Some other omnivorous are bear and crow. Okay. Now coming towards the plants. So here green plants prepare their own food. Their leaves have a substance called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll absorbs sunlight. The stomata found in the leaves take in carbon dioxide from the air. The roots take in water and minerals from the soil, and the steam carried them to the leaves through hollow tubes called xylem. The leaves, with the help of chlorophyll, water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight, prepare a kind of sugar or starch and also release oxygen into the air. This process is called the photosynthesis process. So here I am just writing this process which is given. The leaves with the help of chlorophyll, water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight, prepare a kind of sugar or starch and also release oxygen into the air. This process is called photosynthesis. Okay, this process is known as the photosynthesis. Here what happens, the leaves with the help of chlorophyll, water, carbon dioxide and sunlight prepare a kind of sugar or starch and also release oxygen into the air. This process is called the photosynthesis process. So here what happens, how the animals get their food. So they have categorized into three types, that is herbivorous, which are depend upon plants or plant products, carnivorous is depend upon other animals, then omnivorous, they depend upon both plants and other animals. Now coming to the plants, how the plants get food. So plants produce their food by their own. Okay, how? The leaves with the help of chlorophyll, water, carbon dioxide and sunlight prepare a kind of sugar or starch and also release oxygen into the air. This process is called photosynthesis process. Okay students, now moving forward, here plants use the food prepared by the leaves to grow and to produce flowers, fruits and seeds. Some plants such as carrot and beetroot store extra food in the roots. Some such as sugarcane, potato and ginger store extra food in the stem. Grapes and apples store extra fruit in the fruits. Okay, plants are called producers as they produce food and energy. Animals do not produce food; they only eat it. They are called consumers. Now coming towards the movement. Here, what is movement? Let us see that. So, movement. Animals move from place to place in search of food, water, shelter, and to protect themselves from their enemies. And plants do not move from place to place, but certain parts of the plant show movement. Okay, so here in the movement, let us write that on the board. Movement so in animals the movement is like animals move from place to place in search of food, water, shelter, shelter, and to protect themselves from their enemies. Okay, and the plants do not move from place to place but certain parts of a plant to show movement. Okay, so here it is the movement. Now moving further, here in the animals it is further. See here, animals have different kinds of limbs suited to their movements. Human being walks on two legs. Most animals run on four legs. Birds have two legs to walk and two wings to fly. Some animals such as frogs and kangaroo have short front leg and long hind legs to leap forward. Fish have fins to swim with instead of limb. Some animals do not have limb, they crawl. Okay, here you can see cheetah runs, fish swims, bird flies, and snake crawls. And coming towards the plants. Okay, but here before that I am just writing which is given. That is, if I say human walks in the animal, human being walk on two legs. Okay, then after most animals walk or run on four legs. Okay, then after birds have two legs to walk and two wings to fly. Okay, then after coming towards the frog and kangaroo. Frog and kangaroo have short front leg and long, thin, okay, legs to leap forward, okay. Then after coming towards the fish have fins to swim with instead of limbs, okay. And some other animals do not have limbs, they crawl, okay. Now coming towards the plants, that is, most plants are fixed to the ground, they cannot move from place to place like animals do, but parts of the plant do move. As soon as a seed germinates, the roots go down into the soil in search of water, and the shoot comes up in the search of sunlight and air. The lions in the rainforest climb up, support trees in search of sunlight. Their leaves disappear in the canopy. Some flowers, such as lotus or morning glory, open with when they feel warmth of the sun. The sunflower turns around the sun. Some aquatic plants, such as algae, float or move on water. Okay, students. So here it was about the plant movement, and then here it was the animal. So now I am just writing some of the characteristics as I have written movement in the animals. I am just writing now of the plants. Okay. So, movement in plant. So there were 4 points it is given, that was as soon as a seed germinates, the roots goes down into the soil in search of water, in search of water, and shoot comes up in search of sunlight and air. Okay, in that way, the other, that is The lions in rainforest climb up, supporting trees in search of sunlight. Okay. Then after the leaves disappear into the canopy. Now here coming towards some of the flowers. Some flowers such as lotus or morning glory open out when they feel the warmth of the sun. The sunflower turns towards the sun. Okay, and the last one, that was some aquatic plants. Some aquatic plants such as algae float or move on water. Okay, move on water. So these are the movements in the plants that are, as soon as a seed germinates, the roots goes down into the soil in search of water, and the shoot comes up in search of the sunlight and the air. The lions in the rainforest climb up, supporting the trees in search of sunlight. Some flowers such as lotus or morning glory open out when they feel the warmth of the sun. The sunflower turns towards the sun, and the last, that is some aquatic plants such as algae floats or move on the water. Okay, so this was the movement in the animals, and here we just complete this video, and further we will see in the next video. So in your homework, what you just do is in your homework, what you have to write down, that is in your homework, you just write down food in animal and plants and movement animal and plant. Okay, you have to write down this, which is your homework, and you have to write down the points which I have written in the board. Not all the things you have to write down. Okay students, we will meet in the next video. Bye students.